All right. Good evening, Alabama Bass Nation High School Safety Meeting 2025-26 for the stop number 1 at Eufaula Lake Point State Park for the Tiger Division and the Junior Division. Saturday, November the 8th. We are going to go through a few things for the year. If you're new to the safety meeting, there'll be a couple of things that you need to view. We do put this on YouTube for those that don't have Facebook, or you can watch it on there. I'll also post up on Facebook a link to the PDF files if you would like to look at that later. All right. During the tournament, you can text your photos or email those at abnhsmedia@gmail.com or text to 334-595-9158. We'll put those together and put them on our page as we can get to those. All right, some new requirements are in play for this year that we need to discuss. As you well know, most coaches have come to the boat captains at this point. You will be required to show a vessel license on an Alabama license or have a boater certificate if you are out of state. If you're in Alabama and you live here as a resident, you need to have a vessel license. You also will need to have a proof of insurance for $300,000 liability, and that will have to both be shown at check-in. The coaches, we've asked to email that early to abnhstiger@gmail.com to help us get ahead of this so that we can check. We have about 180 boats total between the juniors and Tigers, so we're going to need to have a lot of checking to make sure all our information is plugged in. Again, during the boat flag pickup, it would be easier if one coach or one representative shows up, but also have this information available if you have not emailed it so that we can verify that you have been checked off. And again, this is a new requirement this year. All of our divisions are required to show us proof of vessel license as well as your insurance before taking the water. Now, on to other safety. We have another rule that is, you fished with us before. Our check-in rule is one of our largest, our most important rules. Failure to check in and turn in the boat flag will result in disqualification, not of just that team, but the entire school or club. So if you captains have never been in this, make sure you get with a veteran to understand that the person at the check-in dock needs to see you and make sure that they write down your boat number and check in on time. One member of every team needs to view this slideshow. Again, it's on YouTube if you don't have Facebook, and we are requiring each of you to view this. Something new that we're doing this year, I will give a keyword during this presentation. And at that time, if we ask you the keyword, a staff member may ask you what the keyword is to ensure that we're putting the most safe captains out with all of our young anglers. So again, registration is going to be at Lake Point State Park, and your official practices end at 4 p.m. on November the 7th. You got to be off the water by 4 p.m. All time is Central Standard Time. One other thing to remember is there is a Alabama Bass Nation Adult Series state championship taking place at Lake Point on Thursday and Friday. And so we ask if you could, if you're practicing on Friday, to try to use alternate ramps for practice, as it's going to be quite crowded between the ABN state championship for the adult series. We've got juniors, high school, and we have college on Sunday. So please be out. If you are going to be practicing on Friday, try to use a ramp down near White Oak or in that area, and leave Lake Point some open room there if you're practicing on Friday. Again, we will have the boat flags available for pickup from 4 to 5 at Lake Point State Park. Just look for the Bass Nation trailer. The big one, we will have it posted probably in the parking lot based on the ABN Adult Series. Will have their trailer up. So you need to look for the bigger ABN High School trailer, which will be somewhere in the parking lot, set up so that we can pick up registration flags and all November the 7th between 4 and 5. If we can also cut down to one person for the entire school, if it's a large school. If it's a smaller school, we understand, but if they're larger, with some of them with 13 boats, try to send a representative to cut down on the traffic Friday. If you're not able to get to us on Friday, let us know or send an email so we can make arrangements. Saturday morning, we will be at the trailer around 5 to 5:30, and the ladies will have the computer up and can help you out and get your information there. Once you receive the boat flags, do make sure that your boat number is on the registration card correctly, and that everything matches up with the anglers. Juniors, you're going to have a yellow tag. High school is white. So again, make sure that you match your card and your boat number is on that card correctly. That card will also contain your flight time of when you're due in to check in. So make sure that you hang on to that card throughout the tournament. The maximum horsepower for outboards in this official practice and tournament is 250 horsepower. Each boat must include a boat captain and 2 anglers. If only one angler is available to fish, you must have an observer with you for a total of 3 people. And the new change of the rule this year is there is no single anglers without permission of the director from the ABNH. That should have an email and have that on file, but that does not preclude you from having an observer in the boat for 3 total people. The launch site is at Lake Point State Park. There's a $5 ramp usage fee collected at the ramp. You may use an alternate ramp during the actual tournament. Just remember, you got to be in the basin for blast off and in your staging area. We do ask you again to use an alternate one on practice day, but you can use an alternate as well if you want to for the tournament day as well. However, just make sure you're in your staging area in the appropriate times. The blast off is inside of that marina basin, and we'll have some images at the back to show you how the staging is. Your boat flag's got to be secured to the boat in a visible site so staff and other competitors can see it. They want to see it visible. The blast off time is going to be around 5:45 to 6 a.m. depending on safe light conditions, depending on fog conditions, those types of things. So plan on, if everything goes well, it'll be 5:45. If we have to make a fog delay, we'll proceed as the conditions allow. The high school will blast off first in this particular order. You will see that what side the high school needs to stage on, and then the juniors will go out after the high school. Now, we flip this every tournament, so the next time juniors will go out first, high school will go out then. So again, this particular one, this tournament, the high school will blast off first. The life jackets must be worn when the engine is running, and that includes boat captain as well. And you need to also keep a safe distance throughout the boating of the particular area, especially in Cowicket Creek. You're going to see that in just a second. Make sure to maintain that. The first flight check-in time is juniors is going to be at 1 p.m. and then the high school will start at 2:30. We did make a little change to the number of boats, but flights will be in 10 minutes increments and approximately 15 boats a flight. There is a no wake inside the Lake Point Basin, the Highway 82 bridge, railroad bridge, and all bridges in the creeks. Off limits is Lake Point Basin and any waters closed to the public fishing, and engineer station on the east side near the dam. So make sure you know the off limits there. Cowicky Creek, we were just talking about, you must stay inside the channel markers. Is a no passing zone and also a limit of 55 miles an hour in that particular channel. So make sure that you do recognize that and follow in a single file line in and out like normal traffic. Size limit, 14 inches on largemouth spotted bass. The fish will be measured with the mouth closed and the tail fan when we do the measurements. There is a 5 fish limit per boat, so fishing must stop when the 6th fish enters the boat until culled back down to 5. Check-in will be at gas dock in the marina, and you will see on the map where that check-in area is. It's in the same similar location or where you will blast off from, but we'll have someone there to check you in at your check-in time. Remember, you must check in even if you have no fish. There's no excuses not to check in, so we can make sure you're off the water safely. You must check in before going to weigh in, and this is a water weigh-in, so you will tie up and get your net bag up at the weigh trailer. If for some reason you do have to leave early, you need to call Jeffrey, Jason, or Adam at the below phone numbers. If we're not available at the immediate, leave a text so that we can get back to you, as all three of us have different functions going on throughout the day. Jeffrey may be weighing fish. I'm generally emceeing the tournament, and Jason is handling fish care. So again, we may not be able to get to you exactly, but if you will text us and let us know, we check those every few seconds, and we'll get somebody to you. The water weigh-in, again, top at the dock and bring your fish to the scales. Again, do not trailer for this when we're doing a water weigh-in. You will have to have our official Bass Nation weigh bags, and those are generally set out for you, and you will send an angler up to pick one of those up. You're going to have to present a boat flag at the bump station, so cut that off and send that with your anglers to the scales. You're going to tell your weighmaster at the scales if you want to weigh a big fish. So make sure that you're not waiting until afterwards to say, okay, we overall weighed, and then, oh, I want to weigh a big fish. We're not going back. So you need to let someone know as soon as you step on the stage, I do have a big fish. We had some issues with that last year, and we're not going back. So again, make sure you let someone know if you have a big fish to weigh. Weigh-in will be, again, at the marina store. You'll see the Bass Nation trailer. The fish are available at the back of the trailer for pictures. So parents, you may go to the back of the trailer and take photographs after they're off. You also can take pictures in front of the stage. Just be aware we do have a stream camera. Don't step in front of it, please. And stand to the side of that. Again, but the photographs can be taken as well behind the trailer. Now, we also don't want to take too terribly long with the fish. Just fish care is the most important. It will be a little cooler, but it's supposed to warm back up. So not real sure on temperature. But again, we want to get those fish back into the fish care tank as quick as possible. Remember the Remind app is available for sign up. Your name, you'll text the number there, and then the @ code based on your last name. Both of those for the junior and the high school. That's so that we can send text to you throughout the tournament. If you have not signed up for that for the season, you need to go ahead and do that. We encourage parents and coaches, team, everyone to have access to that so that you can get important information that could be going on throughout the day. All right, the blast off procedure. We're going to launch the boats at Lake Point State Park. You're going to proceed to your staging area, and you're going to stage based on the map at the back of this presentation. High school will be on one side, the juniors will be on the other. You're going to stage by flight boat number, and of course, according to the map in the back. So review that, boat captains. Therefore, you'll have that information so that you can essentially get yourself in place for that blast off at 5:45. If a boat number before you is missing on the way proceeding to the dock, don't stop or wait. Keep proceeding and someone will direct you. If they're missing, we will take care of it. We'll direct you by the microphone to get the person in line or to hold up and just keep moving forward. Look and try to stage yourself up again based on boat numbers in your staging area. Approach the dock in a parallel line. Don't come in from 90 degrees and then have to turn. So get down far enough. If you follow our map and stage appropriately, you won't have an issue being parallel coming by the dock. Anglers, if for some reason it does come in, don't stick your arm out or put a leg out. We don't need any broken arms or hands squeezing between the dock and these boats. Idle pass both docks, parallel close enough for the staff to complete the boat check. The boat check is going to consist of the following: a boat flag attached to the boat in a visible sight, and it must be visible. Running lights up and on, even if it is daylight. We are going to require you to have those on and operational to let you go. Live wells open and running. Life jackets on and fastened. The kill switch is attached to the driver, but you do not need to pull to show us that it works. Just show us that it is attached to your life jacket. If any of your boat check items are lacking, you're going to be pulled behind the dock from the staff. We'll get those corrected and then get you cleared on your way. You must continue to idle out of the marina, and boat captains do not take off until you clear that marina basin. There is an idle buoy outside of the basin. You must be clear of that prior to blast off. All right, boat captains, do's and don'ts for the junior division. The junior division, boat captains, you can run the trolling motor. You can help tie and tackle. You can net fish. You can cull and manage fish care, teach and instruct. You just cannot handle any fishing tackle or rods or reels. Now, excuse me, not fishing tackle, but you cannot fish or handle rods and reels. You can help tie and tackle. For the high school division, the boat captain, all you're available to do is help cull and manage fish care and verbally teach and instruct. And that also does not mean that you can be up on the front deck. So we've asked the last few seasons, boat captains, do not step up on the front deck. Therefore, this is confusing to some of them. We get calls in that someone's up on the front running the trolling motor. So high school division, make sure you're staying back down and not on the front deck. We don't want it to appear that you're running the trolling motor or doing something up there to help out. You are not able to run the trolling motor. You cannot net fish. You can't handle any rod or reel. And you obviously can't fish or handle any tackle. So again, boat captains for the high school senior division, make sure you're aware of all those rules. Once you check in at the boat dock, you're going to send one angler to get the weigh-in bag. Once you get the weigh-in bag, you will come back down and make sure you do have both the net and the black bag as well. Sometimes they get separated, but again, you need a mesh and a black bag to hold the water. Put your fish in the net bag or mesh bag and then put that inside of the black water bag. You're going to proceed in line at the bump tanks with the boat flag. You're going to forget it. I know some of them do, but remember, you got to have your boat flag so the bump person knows what boat number you are. You're going to take your net bag with the fish and place it in the water tank. Also, juniors, make sure to keep your net bag closed so the fish don't jump out. We have that happen a lot. So roll that top down, keep them closed. They will jump out. You're going to make your way through the line and follow the direction of the bump station crew. Bump man is going to take the boat flag and check for dead fish, count and measure the fish, and that is with the mouth closed and the tail fanned. You're going to wait at the staging tank, and the MC will announce for you to come up onto the stage. This is when you step up onto the stage, let the weighmaster know if you're going to weigh a big fish so that we can plan for that in our computer system. And then while we are weighing your fish, the MC will interview the anglers, and this is going to be your stage time to thank your sponsors and your boat captains, family, and friends. Parents, again, feel free to take pictures while your anglers are weighing. We also have a place set up again behind the trailer for more pictures, and just again try to make it quickly so we get the fish back into the fish care trailer or tank. All right, here we go. We've got traffic flow for the morning of. Red coming into Lake Point ramp. You're going to follow those directions. There's plenty of parking. There's plenty of overflow. So again, follow the red arrows. If you're going to have to stage your boat, pull off to the edge and get that taken care of, and then get in line. Don't sit in line and block the line. We want to keep there a steady flow of traffic. So obviously do any of your staging off to the side or pull into a space if you need to take extra time. There is a secondary boat ramp off to the right of where the trailer will be. It's off to the, you're looking at the store, it's to your left. There's a smaller ramp on that location again that can, again, you can use that to go around to the basin here. From the main area, you can come in from the far left. You'll see the main ramp, and then the alternate ramp is over here to the right side of this image. High school is going to be staging on that side closest to the alternate ramp, and then juniors, you're staging near the bridge. So remember that in the morning. Juniors on the bridge side, high school over near the alternate ramp. We do have 2 areas of no staging. You may run up and get a couple things done, but do not sit there. We will run you off from those docks, as that's where we're doing boat safety checks. And again, so do not stage on the docks near the gas pumps. Make sure to be off away from those. Blast off procedure. The high school is going first, so the blue arrows will be the direction you will take. You will come by lights, kill switch, and PFDs, and then the live wells and the boat flag will be the last check, and then that staff person will release you to go out of the basin. Juniors will come opposite direction after the high school completes, and again, all of this area is a no wake zone, so make sure that you're aware you cannot blast until you get past the the idle buoy outside of that basin. Cowicked Creek is here. Again, this is a single channel. There is no passing in its 55 mile-an-hour limit until you reach the river channel buoy, which is marked on the map. So for the off limits, again, obviously anywhere that is marked throughout the lake, but that we've spoke of earlier in the presentation, but these areas around the ramps are off limits all day. So no fishing in those areas. Make sure you're aware of those. And then those areas that we stated earlier that were in the presentation. All right, so check in. You must check in before going to weighing in. If you have no fish, you've got to check in before going to the boat ramp. So even if you have no fish, you're going to have to come into this check-in point and see our check-in person to make sure they sign you off the water. It's your responsibility to make sure they see you and they check you off. If you do have to leave early, you need to call Jeffrey, Jason, or Adam and either call or text either way so that we know what boat number you are and what team. If you do text us, make sure any text you send, you give us the boat number. At a minimum, give us the boat number, but also if you can give us the captain's name so we can make sure we're checking off what team we have that's going on, and what school you're with. Add to that. Our keyword today for this presentation is going to be Bass Nation 2025. So if you are asked, you'll need to know Bass Nation 2025 for this particular safety presentation. All right, good luck, junior and high school anglers. This should be a fun tournament. There will be a lot of boats on the water practice day on Friday, so be safe. We do not want to see any kind of wild boating or speeding, cutting through. Make sure you're paying attention. There are a lot of boats out there, and a couple other things that we'll make comment about. If you are fishing out on the channels, just be aware early in the morning. If there are any fog conditions, once we release you, we can't see sometimes further down the lake. And boat captains, it's your responsibility once you leave outside of that basin on that water. You're in charge. If you need to slow down, if you need to take off to the side, just be aware of your surroundings. We want to make this as safe as possible. That is the purpose of all these safety meetings, to make sure that we can keep having these events. And it's your responsibility behind that boat that you make due diligence and make sure that you're following all the applicable laws in boating safety. Again, we appreciate you guys fishing with us. We hope to have a great 2025-26 year. We seem to have a great number of anglers joining in this round, new ones all over. So again, we want to make this as fun and safe as possible. And if you have any questions, feel free to send us an email or you may text us at 334-595-9158. Again, thank you, and look forward to seeing you guys this weekend in Eufaula.